Hello, DaniLola here. If you haven't seen my videos, like and subscribe to check out more stuff. Okay, so I look a little different. If you don't know me personally, then you might not have known that I just got a nose job. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I got a nose job, because some people actually have been giving me like really negative feedback. But besides that, I got a nose job because I've wanted this since I was 16. I have been unhappy with my nose. I don't like how my nose looks, big deal. I think if you have one life and you don't like something about yourself and you have the option, why not? It's not for anyone else to judge. But also, I had a feeling a couple of years ago that not that there was something wrong with my breathing, but I just had like a thought, and I remember I shared it with one person, and I was like, I feel like I breathe less than everyone else does. Like when I drink liquids or when I drink water, I can't breathe. Like sometimes if I take too big a gulp, like I'll be like, oh shit, because I'm like, I can't breathe, so I have to finish it, or sometimes I literally choke. Yeah, also, if you don't know, I was born with cleft palate, so that kind of, sometimes I breathe through my mouth a lot, and that is what, like, makes my voice a little unique, too, so I think that might have helped it, worsened it, I don't know. When I started going to doctors to see them, turns out I did have a deviated septum, so that was one thing. And then I would always see, and I told not everyone, people close to me, that my nose turned this way, but no one believes me. I like my profile, actually. I always did like my profile. A lot of people actually get a nose job because of the bridge. They don't like their profile, but I always liked mine. So I thought, this is fine. This is not fine. But so what they did is, so when I went to the doctor and told him that I thought my nose turned to the side, he was like, yeah, I can see it. And it just, let me tell you, it felt so validating for someone to be like, yeah, you're not crazy. So what they did is they straightened out my nose, they fixed this deviated septum, and they reconstructed the tip a little bit to make it smaller. They didn't change the nostrils, which I was so happy about because I told them not to, and because I really don't like the look of, like, I don't know, like when they make the nostrils small, I think it looks so weird. And they also thinned out the bones right here. Right there. And so yeah, that was it. That was 2 weeks ago now. It was on a Thursday. I had a week. They took off my splint and they took out, so I guess what I never hear about nose jobs is that they leave in tubes, which makes sense. They leave in tubes so that, the construction of your nose stays. But I don't know, no one ever has mentioned it to me. So when I got to the doctor for my post-op, he was like, so we're going to have to take out these tubes. And because I told him I'm super congested, I think there's like dried blood in my nose. And he's like, it's okay, that's normal. and you also have the tubes, so we're gonna take them out. I was like, hold up. There's tubes in my nose? And so I asked him, I was like, so is this gonna hurt? And he was like, I'm sorry, honey, yeah, it's gonna hurt a little bit. That, most uncomfortable feeling, I have to say. It was like, it felt like they were ripping out the bone from my nose. It was so weird because I think they started up here and they weren't like, they were really high up, they're really thick. He just grabbed the thingy and like medical thingy tool and just, he was like, okay, here it goes, 1, 2, and just pulled it out, and it felt like, whoo, because it also ripped out like the inside scabbing, and yeah, it was intense. But I mean, that's what comes with I mean, it's a surgery, it's a medical procedure. So like me, my experience after my surgery, I mean, getting there was nice. My parents took me, I went in, I changed. The anesthesiologist came in and he was like, hi. And they put the IV in my hand. They always put it in my wrist because my veins don't really show, I guess. Because she like wrapped the thing really tight so it would show. Didn't show. Whacked my freaking hand and then made me do this, which is normal. And then she just had to keep tapping it, which is like, I'm not a weak ass bitch, but if you keep tapping one place, it hurts. So it was like, kind of hurt. Anyway, she put the IV in and they were like, okay, are you good? Blah, blah, blah. A couple minutes, they're just getting ready. And then they got me up, walked me over to the operation room and laid down. And the doctor came in, he's like, how are you? And I was like, very glad to see him. And nothing, I was like, so how long is it going to take for the anesthesia to kick in? And they were like, oh, less than 5 minutes. And then the anesthesiologist was like, all right, here go 2 margaritas. And I was like, dope. And then I remember saying, oh, I feel it now, because I felt drunk. And the doctor said, oh, you feel it? And I was like, yeah. And then that's it. I knocked out. Then afterwards, I didn't have the best experience afterwards just because of my nerves. Like, it wasn't anything medical. I was just really scared. I woke up and I was like crying. And the nurse was like, honey, are you crying? I was like, I'm just scared. I was just really paranoid. You know, that it would just go wrong or just not what I wanted, or like they would do something to my nostrils that I didn't really want. I think I'm a pretty confident person. I'm very outgoing. But it was an insecurity of mine, and I've always wanted to do it, and I just kind of wanted my outside to match my inside. I've wanted this since I was 16, but I was like mature enough to realize that at 16, I'm not mature enough to do stuff like this, just like very permanent. So I did wait, just like tattoos too. I waited. I made sure to wait a while. And now that I just turned 22, which is math, 6 years later. Sí, es que ya estaba sucio, mira qué sucio. Porque se tenía que caer el Sunday y no se cayó. Está super swollen, ¿no? And then it looks bad. No, I know.
¿No te da miedo? ¿No te sientes más segura con eso?
I mean, ya, pero al mismo tiempo no he tocado nada. Y me, pues me rompe todo.
¿No quieres
Está
quedar?
dirty.
Acuérdate las almohaditas, así para que no duermas boca abajo. No te vayas a voltear.
Okay, see you guys next time. Don't forget to watch my travel vlogs or watch my videos with my friends that we do for fun. See ya!